Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with a first impression, and this is going over the first two episodes of the Junji Ito collection that's from Funimation in the English dub. So, and I'm not sponsored by Funimation. Wish I was. I pay for their subscription. So, this is all about the wonderful horror author that is Junji Ito. His artwork and art style is horrific and just ah, but it's really cool. And I know that he has done a lot of short stories or at least one-off mangas. And his life is kind of funny. At least that's from what I got from his diary about his cats. It's kind of cool. So the first couple episodes are getting into his stories, which these episodes go off of basically two stories in one episode. So you'll get kind of one larger episode about a story, and then it goes on to the next story. So our first one, it kind of goes after um, the whole thing in Japan where if you have a wooden effigy doll or straw doll, and you have the name of the person that you want to curse, you put their doll on a certain tree, if I remember right. Um, so I haven't read the story, but I know the history about it, where it has to be a sacred tree at a shrine, and you have to do it at night. Um, and you have to nail, I think it's 3 nails into this effigy, and you have to nail it in. So, is this cool? It's cool. So he's trying to get back at some of his classmates for not being cool to him. But then he kind of subtly wants to torture his sister with things. But when our main character gets the things pointed back at him, he's like, I don't like this. But doesn't change his mind like later, like, maybe that was a bad idea to torture my sister with bugs. No, it's everyone else's fault. Okay. So he continuously is doing worse and worse things. And then by the end of it, it's like he gets trapped and almost killed by the guy whose forest he's using. Still not repentant by the end of it. Like, there is no favorable thing about this character. Which we then move on to, I guess, another story about a girl who turns into a doll. I want an episode fully on that. Please? Like, it's closer to the end of this episode that we get kind of the doll, and she then crumbles away into nothing, and it upsets the family and all this stuff. But I'm like, cursed doll? She did something bad, something wrong. Explain. Move on to the next episode, which I believe starts off with this guy having a very bad dream about this woman that looks horrible, and she's she's in the fashion industry as a model, and she's creepy and just no. Tells his friend who they, made a really famous video, and we're like, yay! We're more on the mark now. He tells him about this dream and is like, dude, that's creepy. So, our next video. And so they try and make this next one, and they basically do a casting call for, beautiful girls to be part of this. Which they're like, yeah, we got like 4. But hey, we can try it. Maybe one of them will work. So they do. One is like their go-to, and it's like, yeah, that's the girl. But we should for sure just check out the other girls and then say, we'll call them back. Which then, guess what happens? The model that the guy had a dream about, who's super creepy, just pops in. And they're like, wait. You said she was a fashion model, and she's in the fashion industry. And they're like, And after she disappears, he's like, "That's the girl! That's the girl! We need to do nothing. Just throw in the water. Great, I know she exists. I want to just burn my brain and wash it with acid, but let's not." And of course his friend's like, "Wait, she's got a certain look about her. Maybe we can bring her on and, mess with her? Or put her in as the villain?" Dude who had the dream is like, "No, no. Just, just no. No, no, no. We're doing it. We're done after this, friend." He doesn't say that. But by the end of the episode, or by the end of that story, she's a cannibal. And it really. She got, like, I have fangs. She had a teeth full of them. Or a mouth full of. We go to the next one, which I was very fascinated by it, but I understood why it would be like a short story. um, Basically, it's in a hospital. This woman she has like terminal cancer. Basically, they don't exactly say what her sickness is, but it's something that they know they really can't cure. They're trying, but it's not gonna be a cure. So they're like, I'm sorry, but she keeps freaking out that she's going to die and she doesn't have time. Cool. I don't care. I've heard a lot of people like freak out, like, I got a bloody nail, and I've seen a lot of bad things. Uh, Somebody getting hurt or in the hospital or sick. So I know that kind of stuff. Not like, oh no, they're sick and they're complaining, but just something bad happens and you complain a lot about it. And she doesn't like settle down, like, but then she's like, I keep seeing the Grim Reaper and yada yada. But then we meet this guy who's like, I have dreams, and they are starting to last days. What do you mean? Like, I go to sleep, and it feels like a week has passed, but it hasn't. And so the doctor's like, and I took favor to him, and I admitted him. The other doctor is like, why? Meh, it made me curious. But then he starts deteriorating and looking basically like death, but with a hive brain, and just it does not look the best. It looks it does not look good. But he starts deteriorating and is like, Doctor, you need to help me. It feels like I've been in there for like 5 years in my own brain. I don't know if this is reality. I don't know if this is real. Get me out! Kind of thing. And the doctor's like, I don't know how to fix you. I don't know how to help. Um, but basically, he then is like, he can't get woken up. And every time he tries, it's like, I've been in there for 100 years. I've been in there for almost 300 years. And then he just turns into dust. Um, this is where is the doctor? I think he should be fired. Um, he gives the virus or whatever was messing with the guy to the girl who has terminal illness and knows will die. And he's like, and he talks to the other doctor and he's like, she's not as whiny as much. Did you do something? Well, I I couldn't. If anybody could have more time, I thought I could give her more time, and if this guy had a sickness where it gave him more time, even though he didn't, wouldn't it be good enough? And after that, she doesn't complain or anything. She's just like, I'm really sleepy. And then, wouldn't you want to give that to them? And the other doctor's like, and you see her slowly start to deteriorate as well. And it's like, I would get if you had terminal cancer and you knew you were on a deadline. Like, if you could get any more time, would be awesome. But dying as dust because you're in your brain for millennia, not a good So I really like this one and we'll continue to watch it and we'll give you guys a full review of this series and if it's worth watching. So far, I really like it. Little, it messes with my brain a little bit, but it's not bad. So, if you like this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. What do you think of the Junji Ito collection and his horror stories? And definitely don't forget to subscribe, and I am trying my best to get from Monday to Friday videos out around 4:30 or 4. And if you want to follow me on any social media, I have it down below. And I hope that you've been having a wonderful day. It's warming up, but I don't know how to feel still. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.